Like if we could go to number two here with Anthony
Yep.
Davis, the best Kevin Durant we've ever seen, essentially. So with that, Anthony Davis, Los Angeles Lakers, NBA champion. We see that in the thumbnail as well. Big for Davis. Good on him. Number two. But
He
the
could also be the number one player in the league.
Absolutely. But I mean, in comparison to Durant, where a lot of people might maybe not say that Durant's the one this year, but he at least might be better than Davis. What I say is that I feel like Anthony Davis is discredited a lot because playoff wise, Kevin Durant's best playoff series or best playoff run was that one with the Golden State Warriors 2 years ago when he won that MVP. And I mean, looking at his stats, they were just absolutely insane. Where Durant had 32 and a half per game. Obviously, the rebounds were there. Had 4.5 assists, 90% free throws,
Getting guarded by LeBron James, might I add.
44% from three for Kevin Durant.
I
Like
know.
it's insane. And but at the same time, Anthony Davis in his 2017-2018 playoff run when he was the primary guy for the Pelicans. Okay, so Durant played 12 games in that run, Davis played 9. So only 3 less games to go off of. Davis still had 30.1 points per game, pretty much on par with Durant. He had 13.4 rebounds. That's 8.4 rebounds more than Durant was averaging during that. He had 2.3
Yep.
blocks, still shot a free throw percentage of 82%. Yeah, his threes were down, but I mean, did he really shoot that many threes during it? So, I mean, in reality, Anthony Davis, when he's had the chance to be that guy and to step up, clearly
He's
has
taken
the
it.
ability to. He has the potential, if you need to put up 30 per game over a 10-game span, which clearly he showed it. And that was against the Spurs one series, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, as well.
Jimmy D.
Yeah, so clearly, again, I don't think that you could just justify Durant based off that playoff run because Davis has one that was just as good. And we know that Anthony Davis, statistically, 26 and 10, 27 and 10, 20, it doesn't matter. He's a double-double machine. He's a blocks machine year after year as a leader. He could actually hit the three at like a 35% rate now.
I know Giannis got Defensive Player of the Year last year. I think Anthony Davis should have been well more in the conversation for that. I
Yeah,
just think that he had such a great year in LA, but because he's on the team with the best player on the planet, he gets overshadowed hardcore. I'm not
absolutely.
talking about like how Pippen got overshadowed with Jordan. Davis, like, no offense, Scottie Pippen, Anthony Davis is a much better player than you ever were.
That's just what I mean. When did Scottie Pippen ever put up 30 per game in a playoff series, let alone
Never.
over 9 straight games? Like that's 30 and 13. That's insane.
And that's just what Anthony Davis was that year. He averaged 28 and 12 that year when it came to the regular season. 28 and 12 throughout the season. And we're talking was that not was that the year or the year before Cousins went there? That might have been the year out before
I,
Cousins went
no,
there.
I think it was the year out, but Cousins had gotten injured into going
Cousins got hurt. Yeah,
so it was
Cousins
only Davis.
tore
Yeah,
the ACL. So
yeah.
like we're saying that Davis is a fantastic player. If it wasn't for the number one spot on this list getting back-to-back MVPs, then I'm putting Anthony Davis ahead of him. I've actually put Anthony Davis ahead of him just based stylistically. He doesn't have a weakness. He
Yeah.
hits on every single point that you need him to hit on, and he's proven that he can actually step his game up past that. Like he only averaged 3 assists last year, but he averaged four assists the year before. If
Yeah.
you need him to be a ball handler, he'll be the ball handler. Anthony Davis used to be. I know this because I played 2K. They announced it 2 or 3 years ago. But back whenever he was in high school, he was a guard. He got that huge growth spurt, became a power forward center. He could be the best. If we're talking center in the league, he's the best center in the league. If we're talking best forward in the league, the only reason he's not is because he's on a team with LeBron James. If he's on a team by himself that was proven to be a winner, just like the Bucks have been with Giannis, then he would be the number one player. And if he's the number one player at power forward, he's the number one player in this league. But because he's still playing with LeBron, to be fair, together they're the best duo in the league. They're the best duo we've probably ever seen in the league. And together they are that championship contender every single year just based on two of them. I could be their point guard and they're still a championship contender. So with that being said, he is great, really up there. But because our number one was able to get certain amount of stats that are just unheard of right now, he's got more weaknesses. Davis has got one of the least amount of weaknesses and most amount of strengths of anyone in this whole league. But he's just missing that individual success. I know you put together a playoff year from a couple years ago. Yeah, Durant's got playoff year like that too. Tatum's got a playoff year like that he just had, or very similar to it. He's gotten to show this that he's the best player on the team. I think that it's going to happen more and more as LeBron ages. that Davis is going to take more and more responsibility. If that's the case, if LeBron does cede a little bit of that responsibility to Anthony Davis, we're looking at a 31-12 guy easily.
Yeah, and like you said, that's what he and with Anthony Davis too. Like in that playoff run, he played 43 minutes per game. Like he doesn't need
He doesn't
breaks.
care.
No, you give him a break because like yeah, he's a human.
Yeah,
That's it. Like, but like if it's up to Anthony Davis, I don't think we've ever once seen Davis tired in a game. Like like it just doesn't make sense. The guy's just a freak.
if he would have, I think he would have been higher in my conversation for a top player. Not just talking about with him being a LeBron this year. I think that actually worked out for him because he did win the championship.
Yeah.
But the one big knock on him is that trade demand out in New Orleans, that he didn't play that year, that he didn't play hard, he didn't play his heart out. To me, that's a big hit on him. I know he was really young. I know that he wanted to get to LA. He got what he wanted. He got his wishes. To me, I took a big hit out of him in my books. And without that, he might have been considered the number one power forward. And that's saying something considering the stats that our number one actually put up. It's
Yeah, and
ridiculous.
even in that quote, like lazy year, still put up 26 and 12. Like that's a guy who's just half-assed, not trying,
And
just
4 assists,
try not to end up
two
like
and a
the
half rebound blocks.
yeah, that's just literally a guy who saw one of his friends tear his ACL, losing a contract, and was like, I'm not gonna do the same, and he just took a lolly off year, and he still did very, very good.
Still got 26, 12, and 4, hit
Yeah,
2.5 blocks per game with only 2 turnovers per game.
yeah, that's another, like you said, turnovers very low. So many
Definitely
guys on this list, 3 turnovers is very, very common
easy
for
number to get.
guys. Yeah, for a lot of those top 10 players because they have the ball so much. 3 turnovers is almost a thing.
Exactly.
And Anthony
It's a
Davis,
given.
yeah, for Davis to only have two, I mean, that's fantastic. And I mean, he did have 2.5 last year, but the number's never been over three in his entire career. I mean, for his career average is under two. So that's great on him. That's just another element to say how good he is in terms of the game of basketball.
But as we're saying this, we know we clearly have a lot of love for Anthony Davis. I think he's going to be a top 3 player. I think him, Luca, and our future number 1 here are going to be a top 3 players for the next probably 15 years. I really do believe that because LeBron's getting older, Durant's getting older. These guys are really young. Davis is only 26 this year, or around that, 27 maybe.
He
But
turned 27 and last year
turning
he was
27.
26.
Yeah, there we go. On another page here, we have someone who's the same exact age, 26, turning 27.